Hello, I'm your host Ismay Chels, and welcome to Storytime Fridays. Today's video is audiobook for Chapter 1 of Book 3, The Great Battle for Amerikhanta begins. Now it's the month of July 5th of 1864, and United Union Confederate Front was in a nearby town in Maine, Ellington, spending the day recruiting more troops for their army. Then later that day, they all returned back to their camp with their new recruits. But later that night, when the soldiers of the Army of Amerikhanta were sleeping, there were creepy and eerie whistling and bell-like sounds, as well as eerie wailing-like sounds coming from the nearby Whistling Bells cave. Then, all of a sudden, the sounds of rumbling started to come from the ground beneath the camp. Then, without warning, the ground cracked, and the camp of the United Union Confederate Front fell into a sinkhole that had formed. As a result, they fell into the watery underground tunnels of the Whistling Bells cave below. After that happened, most of the soldiers in the great army of Amerikhanta were killed when the sinkhole collapsed their camp. Now the few surviving soldiers all woke up in a pile of rubble within the cold and wet tunnels and realized that they were kind of stuck there. Well, at least until potential help could arrive and rescue them. Then, back at the Bay of Charleston off the coast of South Carolina, the Confederate Navy was fighting against the Union Navy, who were blockading the ports of the Confederate States. But later on during the battle, the fleet of the Dark arrived at the Bay of Charleston, Providence, and opened fire on both the Union Navy and Confederate Navy and brutally attacked them. Then back in Maine, Ellington, the Army of Amerikhanta was stuck in that newly formed sinkhole, waiting for help to possibly arrive. Well, at least they hoped that would happen anyway. Then, meanwhile, in Maryland, Eldenwind, At the Presidential Meeting House, the presidents of the Union and Confederacy were having a discussion about why they haven't heard from 4 of their generals since 1861. Thanks for watching. See you all again tomorrow for the audiobook of Chapter 1, Part 2 of The Great Battle for Amerikhanta begins. Like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to hit that little notification bell so you don't miss a video.